parents and teachers. My name is Mrs. Andrea, and if you have not watched my channel before, welcome. My channel is all about preschool from A to Z, and typically my videos are geared towards teaching your children as well as helping you to teach your children. Today is a little different. It's a special day that I just wanted to dedicate to a book review, okay? The reason I posted this video as towards adults and not children is because of the subject matter of the book that I'm reviewing, and I wanted to be at your discretion to introduce this literature to your child. So this is actually my first book review, and what better book to start with than this book? Let me just tell you a little background about the author of this book, and I'm sorry to hold you in suspense, but the author's name is Adrienne Prather, and I'm just going to read a little bit of her biography on the back of the book here. It says, Adrienne was born in Atlanta, Georgia. Adrienne is a graduate of both Atlanta Metropolitan College and Georgia State University. She is an educator who loves to write and inspire others. I can't tell you that couldn't be any closer to the truth. And also she's a woman of faith, so that in itself is so awesome. The author of this book is actually a teacher that I've taught with in the past. I know this teacher. She loves children, she loves education, and she loves people, and just a great person, a great woman overall. So this particular author is someone I know personally, and the subject matter, when I actually got ready to review this book, I was surprised that someone like Adrienne wrote a story, because I know personally that this wasn't her story as a child. However, I'm glad that she was inspired to write a story, even though she personally didn't deal with the situation as a child. So the name of the story, not to hold you in suspense any longer, is Grace Finds Peace, again by Adrienne Prather. So Grace Finds Peace is a book about a little girl named Grace who desperately misses her dad. This is a situation where dad is no longer in the home, and she's not seeing him every day as she used to see him, and she's just really missing him and feeling certain ways as children do when this sort of things happen. So of course this is out of Grace's control, and so after talking and opening up to her mother, Grace begins to express her feelings in this book, and she finds a sense of peace. All right, so this particular subject matter, I wanted it to be something that whether you have a child that is facing this or you don't, I want it to be something that you introduce to your child. So I didn't put this particular video as to children, but to adults. And also it allows for you to comment, because if it's a children made video, you're not able to comment, but if it's an adult made video, you can comment and you can give me your feedback on what you think as well. So unlike other book reviews, I'm not just going to talk about the book, but I actually want to read the book so you can actually hear what the book is about, and as far as introducing it to your child, I want you to feel comfortable in that way. Shout out to Miss Prather, because I did get her blessing before even sharing this book. I told her I purchased your book and I want to do a review on your book. Do I have your blessing? And she said yes, and she was very gracious. So thank you, Miss Prather, for allowing me to do this book review. With no further ado, let's go ahead and get into the book. Grace Finds Peace. This book is dedicated to my loving mother, Betty Jean Prather, who recently passed away. I would also like to dedicate this book to my father, Arthur Prather. Both of my parents have always supported me in every step of the way. Wake up, Grace. It's time for school. Brush your teeth and put on your clothes. Good morning, Mom. Good morning, sweetheart. Now get up and get dressed. I'll meet you downstairs. Grace, Grace, what is wrong? You seem sad. Mom, I'm okay. Okay, well, Grace, you know that you can talk to me about anything, Princess. I know, but I'm okay, Mom, really. Okay, well, I am not sure, but if you say that you are okay, I will have to believe you. Okay, hurry up or you'll be late for school. Good morning, Grace. Good morning, Mrs. Hartnett. Grace replies. Today, I want everybody to draw a picture of your family and write a story about them. Grace looks down and started to cry. What's wrong? Ebony asked. I miss my daddy, she whispers. I wish that he was here with me. Grace, it'll be okay. Girls, please stop talking and get your work done, Mrs. Hartnett says. Okay, Mrs. Hartnett. Grace sadly looks down and starts drawing her picture. Grace, are you okay? Yes, Mrs. Hartnett, I will be okay. Okay, then finish your work, young lady. She drew a picture of her family with her and her mother on one side and her father far on the other side. Ebony, it's not fair. You get a chance to see and spend time with your daddy. My daddy left and is nowhere to be found. Oh, Grace, it's okay. Don't cry. Ebony, it's easy for you to say. You have your daddy with you. Grace runs off to the monkey bars, hoping that Ebony would not join her. Ebony runs after her. Ebony, I don't want to play with you right now. I need to be alone. Okay, class, recess is over, says Mrs. Hartnett. The class goes back inside and finish their day. Okay, class, finish the rest of your work at home. Thanks, Mrs. Hartnett. Have a great day, the class says. Grace races out of the door, and Ebony runs to her dad and gives him a big hug. Grace looks at Ebony and her dad, and tears begin to fill her eyes. She quickly wipes them away. Ebony yells out, "Goodbye, Grace! I will see you tomorrow." Grace waves goodbye and slowly walks toward the bus. She knows that when she gets home, that she will have the big talk with her mother. Grace patiently waits for her mom to come home. Grace, can I come in? Yes, Mom. Come in. Grace looks at her mom, then looks quickly away. Mom gently rubs her curly black hair and asks her the same question again. Grace, what's wrong? Grace sighs and then slowly tells Mom what is wrong with her. She begins to pour out her heart. Ebony gets to play and speak to her dad every day, but I can't speak to my daddy anymore, and it hurts. Grace, your daddy never stopped loving you. Always remember that. We will always love you. You can call him and talk to him. He will always be your daddy. Although we are not together, hold your head up. You will always be our princess. Tears begin to fall again while Grace tries to listen to what her mom is saying. We will never stop loving you, although your dad and I are apart. Grace hugs her mom and looks at her and said, Mom, thanks for talking with me. I am glad that I talked to you. Oh, Grace, I forgot to give you this. Your dad sent this in the mail. Oh, Mommy, what is it? Let me see. She opens the beautiful shiny box. Oh, Mommy, it's a teddy bear. Oh, I love it. It's so soft and cuddly. Hello, sweetheart. I want you to know that I love you very much. I'm only a phone call away. I always hold you in my heart, and you will always be my princess, no matter how near or far we are. Grace grabs the bear and holds it very tightly. She looked at her mom with so much joy and says, "Mommy, this is the best gift and I will cherish it forever. When I am feeling sad, I will squeeze my bear and hear Daddy's voice." Grace, I am glad that you like this. Do you feel better now? Oh yes, Mommy, thank you. Okay, great, Princess. Well, it is time to get ready for bed. Brush your teeth, comb your hair, and say your prayers. And promise me one thing. Never forget that your daddy loves you very much. Okay, Mommy, I will, and thank you for the talk. I really needed it. That is good news. Okay, good night, Grace. Good night, Mom. The end. And oh my goodness, oh, doesn't your heart just break when you are hearing Grace just pour out her heart about how she feels to her friend and then how she feels to her mom, and oh, it just tugs at your heart, right? Also, while I was reading this, I thought about it. I said, you know what? This is not just for children that are in a situation of a divorce. This is also great for children who have fathers or mothers that have been deployed and haven't been home for a while, or even those children that have parents that have actually passed away and they're no longer able to see them every day. I think this is just a powerful reminder of just that love. And I mean, as parents, you know, we're reading to them. We can change the words around a little bit to fit the situation that our child is dealing with. But I think it's just going to feed into all of those things. Just how it's written with such passion, such heart, such love, and you can feel that resonating through the book. And I absolutely love this. Grace finds peace. I hope that you will go and check out this book, Grace Finds Peace. This book can be found on Amazon. Also, the same author, Adrienne Prather, wrote a wonderful book for teachers that I also want you to check out. It's on Amazon. So when you go look up Adrienne Prather and you look up Grace Finds Peace, you can also look up her other books that she's published, and one specifically for teachers. I actually have that book, and it's a great book where it gives teachers affirmations for every day that you can just read and just feed yourself and be inspired as an educator. So I want to thank you so very much for tuning in today. And if you have not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe to Mrs. Andrea's Teaching Preschool A to Z. I want to reach out to my parents and my educators to collaborate with you. Also, just give you some of my experience so we can grow up this next generation and teach our children together. Thank you so very much for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.